The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newey Scruggs.
Players Lounge on a Wednesday. Let's ride.
Yes, sir. Let's ride.
You know the crew.
Let's ride. He trying to fool y'all.
What's up? What's up?
He trying to fool y'all with the outfit.
Y'all see what's up?
Them picks. We got to do them picks.
Go to the Star.
We got to do them picks
Star,
this week.
baby. Let's go.
He got the hat on.
Look at that. Look at you see?
Yeah.
Shout out to Danucci. Shout out to Danucci doing this thing out here. You know? We ready.
Danny McCray.
We ready.
Former Cowboys safety. Heckma Harrison is here. Barry Church, former Cowboys safety.
Yes,
all Cowboyed up today.
We ready, man. We ready out here.
I'm Newey Scruggs.
I
Were
got
you
the
out there
boom
with
box.
Charles Haley hanging out?
No, I didn't hang out with Charles, man. Where he at? He on the field?
Yeah, he was.
He had shoes on.
You know, I don't know. I saw him coming in.
He
He
had
That was
some
had no
slides
grades
on. He had some slides on.
Slides in the graves. That's all he
Saw him in the locker room.
all
I was just
bad.
trying to get to the locker room, trying to keep my head down and keep going. So, yeah, there you go. 49ers. 49ers week here. I'll dive in a little bit of locker room with just some conversations I had here. But let us start with something that Heckma had posed to us in the topics. The Brock Purdy magic has not had a turnover this year. They are 4-0. There were some people questioning whether or not the offseason, when he was coming off an injury, would he be okay? Would people now have tape on Brock Purdy? Would he be that guy? He's proven to be a good football player. So, Heckma Harrison, the Purdy magic, what you got?
You know, I think there's only one way to reverse this is to force this guy into some turnovers because right now he looks squeaky clean.
He does.
You look at his record as a starter, 8-0, I believe it is, as a starter, and it just grows as every game that he plays, and at some point it's got to come to an end, right? It's got to stop. And you think this Dallas Cowboy defense is up to task to stop him? They have one of the best defenses, and so do we. And I think for Dan Quinn, that is the bigger question. When you look at Brock Purdy's numbers, they're not anything overwhelming. I mean, 21 passes, 21 completions, 25 passes. It's very conservative from a look standpoint or what you would consider to be an elite quarterback standpoint. But he's only going to be judged based off of his wins and losses, and they don't care nothing about his defense being as outstanding as they are. But I think this is the week that if you're Dan Quinn, you've got to force this quarterback into making some bad decisions. You have to. You can't allow him to sit back there because it's a true West Coast style offense. And for some reason, Shanahan has a battery in his kid's back. He doesn't it's like mechanics. He's not off on his mechanics. He's not off on his timing. He's delivering throws that not late behind or anything like that. So there has to be something to his game that says this guy's a second-year pro. And it's not like he's a 10-year guy. There has to be something in his game that Dan Quinn is dissecting right now as we speak to say, this is what we got to do to get this guy off of his square and at least take this perfect record away from him.
Well, I mean, listen, it ain't gonna happen unless you stop the run. What if we've known this about Shanahan for I don't know how long? So creative with the run game, and that opens up everything else. How many passes did Jimmy Garoppolo have to throw in that Super Bowl loss that they had? Like they needed him to complete 10 passes.
That was it.
And they end the game, they go the whole season like that. Right. All right. So for Brock Purdy, when you play on a team like San Francisco who has a great defense, who has a good offensive line, who has a great play caller, who has a good running game, your job is to essentially manage the game. And then when they call on you, get out there and make some plays. And he's been able to do that, which is to me, like, that's why it doesn't matter, like, where you get drafted at. It's what you do when you get your opportunity.
Right.
And we've seen that this dude has proven, like, he's more than just a game manager.
Yeah, of course.
If you put the game on his back, he can go out there and he can win it for him. So Dan Quinn's going to have – I mean, he's got a lot of work to do, but it starts with stopping that run because if you don't, then the whole playbook is open for Shanahan.
Yeah, without a doubt, I'm with both of y'all on this, man. When you look at Purdy, I thought, early on, I'm thinking, okay, this guy's just, he's a product of the system. We've seen Shanahan do this with Garoppolo. We've seen him do it. Shoot, even Sam Darnold looked good in this system when he came over during training camp. But now I'm starting to believe that Brock Purdy, he may be. I'm not saying he's that guy, but he's a good quarterback. Like you said, he's a little bit more than a bus or a driver out here at this point. I think he makes those crucial throws, and like you said, his accuracy is on point. You rarely see him throwing into something that's congested, and it's always having his wide receivers or his tight ends back. You don't see his tight ends or wide receivers getting blown up out there because he's protecting them by the way he's throwing the football. So he understands the dynamics of throwing the football and making sure he's protecting his receivers out there. But the one thing I think he's yet to be tested on is basically putting it, like you said, all on his shoulders. What team has stopped McCaffrey yet? I mean, not this year. Nobody stopped the man yet. He got over 900 scrimmage yards, and we're in week 5?
Yeah, exactly.
So he's balling. No one has yet to shut him down. But I think, like you said, McCray, when it comes down to it, you got to stop the run. You got to figure out a way, because you can't stop McCaffrey. You got to figure out a way to
stop me either, baby. Can't
here we go.
You just gotta
Here we go. Anyway. You just got to hope to contain the man, and no team has yet to do that. If the Cowboys can do it and put it on Brock Purdy's shoulders, I think he can come back to the earth.
And to piggyback on your point, you got to stop McCaffrey in the pass game too, because
that's exactly
it. Brock Purdy passing to Christian McCaffrey is also
part of it.
It's part of it as well. So it's not just flat routes; it's angle routes, it's wheel routes, it's
whips,
all that, and all that is a part of the passing game. And Brock Purdy making the right decisions when he has the opportunity to. So, like I'm believing in Brock Purdy. I think he's a good quarterback. I mean, anybody that goes out there with that type of record against that type of competition, for over 2-year span at this point of like end of last year and then into this year, he's a good quarterback.
Yeah, because we live in Big 12 country, you've probably seen it. Brock Purdy, when he played at Iowa State, was a good quarterback. I mean, although he had Breece Hall as his running back, that make things, that'll just show you like how he operates in a system where he has a great quarterback, a great running back. But I agree with you. I mean, it's not about just shutting Christian McCaffrey down and running the ball. It's also, and that's what makes him so dynamic and why we're talking about him at length like this. But I think for this Cowboys defense, they've relied heavily on the turnovers. Yeah. They have forced some bad quarterbacks into some turnovers, some bad situations. How do you force this guy to do that? How do you make him throw that Daniel Jones lollipop across the field? Because that's what we need. That's what we need in this game.
Brock Purdy understands who he is. Which is that to me is a part of what makes him really good. Mm-hmm. He knows he's not going to go out here being Aaron Rodgers. Kyle Shanahan also has figured out who needs to play for him. It's the reason why RG3 couldn't play for him and Johnny Manziel couldn't play for him. But outside of Matt Ryan, who won an MVP, these are the kind of guys he likes. Can you just execute the offense and do what I need you to do? That's why I love Kirk Cousins. Brock Purdy's doing that. Jimmy Garoppolo couldn't stay healthy enough to do it, but when Jimmy did go, Jimmy's record was in San Francisco.
Outstanding. Yeah.
It was a winning record. Mm-hmm. So he wants to play a great defense. He wants to run the football, and I'm asking you as my quarterback to make plays. Now, this is not – make sure I say this the right way. When Troy Aikman was a quarterback here, Troy Aikman could have put up 300-yard passing hits, but that's not what Jimmy asked him to do. That wasn't the offense. We're going to run the football, we're going to play good defense, make your throws on third down, and nobody did it better than Troy won in most games in the 90s. In some ways, that's what they're asking Brock Purdy to do here. It's almost that Troy Aikman effect. Don't make any mistakes here. I talked to Micah Parsons in the locker room, and he spoke about Purdy's ability to use his legs. And actually it was Deron Bland who I talked to. But that's one thing for me when I look at Brock Purdy this week, I'm concerned about. Because it's a matter of, all right, it's 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 7. I just figured out how to just get up here, pick up a first down, and keep going. And it's not going to be Michael Vick. But just enough to keep the chains moving here. He's a smart football player and understands exactly what Kyle Shanahan wants to do. And that, heck, is going to be the interesting thing is how do you get him off the spot? Is it by getting a big lead? What do you do? Because he's not going to give the game away.
Right.
He ain't going to do that. And that's the challenge for Dan Quinn and Micah and everybody else. What is that formula? How do you beat Brock Purdy right now? Because Brock Purdy is not out here giving it up like Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Mac Jones, boy. Man, Patriots have had some struggles since that man Tom got up out of there, didn't he? Goodness, they ain't been able to figure it out at all. You remember, I think it was 2 years ago, man. I forget the receivers they went and got, but they made a bunch of moves in the offseason, spent a lot of money. Everybody was like, yeah, that's Bill. Yeah. Bill got it right. Well, ain't none of them dudes paying out.
No.
Ain't none. Then I see the dude go to the Chargers and get paid.
He right back. You talking about J.C.
Jackson. When I thought that was. I was like, man, it's not April Fool's already, is it? They brought him right back.
What happened?
They don't want the Patriots.
That's
good in the system, dog.
That is, and I mean, you look at Shanahan's system, and you take a quarterback like Mac Jones that has his limitations. Hell, he can maneuver this offense if you give him those kinds of weapons and just say, play within this. And let me just say this, man. Look, it's 160 starting offensive linemen in the National Football League. It may be 30 decent ones for real right now with the way that. Don't even get me started on offensive linemen, but they got one of the best.
Yeah, they do.
So they got the best one right now.
Number 71. If you just watch, no, he's the difference maker. He
Left
sets
tackle.
the tone.
Tackle.
He sets
looking
the tone.
at me like that. I'm sorry. I got to say tackle before because we got Zach Martin on our squad. Left tackle.
Best
they
left
got the
tackle
best
in the
one.
But when you highlight him, when
Yes.
you look at him and the way that he is out there mauling, getting to the second level, like he's not only a big physical guy, he has great feet and he can get to the second level and he just terrorizes guys. And it comes to a certain point in the game, we just like, damn, he just gonna keep coming over and over and over again. And then you couple that with their tight ends. And so when I look at this game plan for Shanahan, it's probably the same thing that Mike is thinking. Because of how aggressive our defense is, and I don't know if you guys agree with this or not, you're going to have to get the Dallas Cowboys defense in some misdirection. You have to use their aggressiveness against them on some screens, some counters. They hadn't been able to handle the counters and things like that. I expect a lot of that from the 49ers because if you watch them on tape, that's just really – they have so many different ways that they play. When you look at them versus Arizona, they just – punched Arizona in the face and just powered over them. I don't believe they can come with that same game plan for the Dallas Cowboys because of how much we have up front and in the second level.
But it doesn't worry you that these guys might be able to lean on them a little bit? Like if they're able to go out there and establish a run game, I'm not talking about 150 yards, but establish somewhat of a running game, does it worry you that this defensive line that we have, we live and we eat off of stunts and our speed and being able to penetrate? If those guys get rolling, you think that could be a mismatch if they lean up on them?
That's the first test. That's going to be the first check mark you make when they're on offense. If you start to see Osa going backwards, you start seeing Gallimore and guys like that getting pushed sideways, then you're going, oh, man, oh, no. That's going to be the first thing that you see when you watch this game is who's winning up front.
But one good thing with the Cowboys, though, the thing that beats counters and beats pulling guards is early penetration.
Right.
So if we're able to hit those stunts and knock off some pulling guards, that'll open up a lot for that second level with LV and Clark.
Those stunts scare me.
That's what I'm saying.
The stunts that we ran against Arizona, those type of the movement on the defensive line, it scares me when you have the misdirection that you have with a team like San Francisco because you could get out of position so quick just based off a call, and then your ability to have to then redirect to get back on the path to get you in the play. Like everybody don't have that. Michael Parsons has
he's been the only one.
But like everybody doesn't have that. D-Law has it, but as you rotate guys, it just takes one or two plays for you to be out of position like that, and that gap open up, and all of a sudden you see Christian McCaffrey coming right at you like that. Like how am I going to do this? That's the worst position for a safety to be in, right?
Ooh,
you in your back pedal, right? And
here he comes,
and he's
charging
coming
at you like
man.
this,
So,
like, man.
So Dan Quinn's gonna have to get creative, but this is the type of game these guys live for, though, right? A Shanahan versus a Dan Quinn trying to figure out who can win that chess match. Like that is like one of the most exciting parts of the game, and we're gonna get to see it firsthand Sunday night. Talk to me.
It ain't gonna be just DQ though. We're gonna be under the microscope.
We was talking about
Big Mike coming because he gonna have to come with something.
We know you don't believe.
I'm just saying he gonna have to come with something.
No, you're right.
We know you don't
It's
believe.
a test.
It is a test.
The first test he had this season, I ain't gonna give him a passing grade on that. When we talk about Arizona, I ain't gonna say it was trash, but I ain't gonna give him C. I ain't gonna give him
Not
all
a
that.
passing grade. He failed it?
Man, the man was 1 for 4 in the red zone, man. I mean, that's a game where the team needed the offense to do something, right? And was he able to get the job done? No. So this is a big-time test. That's all I'm saying. It's not only for DQ, but for McCarthy as well.
All right, let's get to break. Let's get to our first break.
There we go.
Get him some sugar for the Kool-Aid, man. This man, he already look.
What y'all want to do? I'm just this is a test. This is a test, man.
I asked Michael Parsons about Rodney Harrison.
Do we
Did you tell them y'all were friends?
Let's talk
That's your
about
homework.
it. Let's talk about it next, right here
stir the
on the
pot.
Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos on DallasCowboys.com radio.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of you and everyone else absolutely loving new smoothie bowls from Smoothie King. And woo, me too. These smoothie bowls start with acai and pitaya and are handcrafted with fresh toppings like sliced bananas, sweet berries, crunchy Purely Elizabeth granola, and a savory peanut butter drizzle. New smoothie bowls, only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks, home or away, we rally together. We cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to the Players Lounge.
This is your favorite one right here. Join us at Miller Lighthouse at AT&T Stadium on October 7th and 8th for world-class barbecue from pit masters across the country while enjoying live entertainment and libations at Q Barbecue Fest Dallas. This October, the only thing hotter than the Dallas Cowboys will be 30,000 pounds of brisket, chicken, pulled pork, and ribs smoking at Miller Lighthouse when some of the biggest names in barbecue come together at Q BBQ Fest. Tickets are on sale now at SeatGeek.com, the official ticketing provider of AT&T Stadium.
30,000 pounds.
What is that again? What the dates on that?
You gonna be up there at the fest?
Taste it.
At the top.
I'll be right up there.
Oh, man. I can't.
Oh, he's so sad. He can't make
Man.
it. Where you gonna be at?
San Francisco.
BBQ Fest. Y'all have fun, man.
I will be eating at a seafood restaurant with a lobster roll.
Eating that meat.
Hey.
30 grand. 30 pounds of brisket.
is-
I'm talking about, man. What are you talking about? We're talking about brisket here, guys.
Players
Come on.
Lounge. Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos. Thank you for the Reed
That was
Heckman
crazy.
Harrison.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Jeez.
Former players
Foaming?
Dan McCray, Barry Church.
Man, y'all get more and more out of
I'm
pocket
new as
every single day, man. I come on this show, y'all get more and more out of pocket, man.
That's a nice
So
shirt you got on, too. Like the purple.
Thank you.
That's like one of them. What's my man that's in Good Morning America? He making some nice shirts though.
Who you talking
What's
about?
the defensive end for the Giants?
Michael Strahan.
Michael
Michael
Strahan.
Strahan.
He makes some nice shirts, man. Y'all ain't never checked them out.
Everybody got a clothes line.
They're not expensive enough for shirts, but I probably go give you
That's
one.
right up my alley right there, man.
This is
Team issue.
online.
Team
Got it
issue.
online for like maybe $95.
That's not cheap.
That is.
That ain't cheap at all.
He said it like it was.
That ain't.
But I designed it. So I designed all that. It was worked for TV. That's what I was.
That was a subtle flex.
Yeah.
$95.
South Lake, $95.
Hey, man.
Church is more expensive than 95. That's Ross.
That's
for
team
church.
Team
issue.
issue. This is a team issue right here, man.
They pitched that to him.
So
Go over to Big Mike over
you
there.
brought up Rodney Harrison, my guy. My guy Rodney.
Yes,
boy.
your friend.
Yes, my guy Rodney,
Okay.
who'll probably call me later today or tomorrow. He always calls me when the Cowboys play to get kind of scouting.
Okay.
So Micah Parsons went on his social media and he was not happy with what Rodney Harrison had to say about Zach Wilson and defended him very much. Someone had asked Micah about this during the media session, and he answered, and he kind of basically said the same thing. Thinks people shouldn't use their platforms like that. And I asked him the question because as he's talking, dawned on me, oh yeah, Rodney will be there at Levi Stadium.
Oh,
because they do that
the pregame,
show, right?
Yeah,
Well, the post. They do that post.
Oh, the post, yeah.
Where they bring the players on. And so I asked him, I said, will you talk to Rodney afterwards? Or would you decline? He said, no, I go talk to him. I don't hate the guy, but I go talk to him. So I was like, okay. And then Tad Carper is right behind me, the Cowboys PR guy. I was like, I'll make that happen.
Did you tell Micah? Did you why didn't you say, hey, are you gonna go talk to my friend Rodney?
why you made his voice sound like that?
Are you gonna go talk to my friend Rodney?
He's shady, dog. I'm telling you, your homeboy
Well, I'm
shady.
telling you,
over here,
man.
bro.
I tell you,
gotta
man.
watch it,
You
bro.
got that
It's
shit.
an
I've been watching
Okay,
you for
so-
13 years, man.
Or did you just leave that out? Like, y'all ain't friends.
See, obviously, you don't understand how these media things work. It wouldn't have been the right time. Hey, my friend Rodney was gonna come. No, that's not. That's
Well,
not.
tell him about your friend Bart next time.
So,
Tell him about
Mentee.
your friend. Tell him about your
my frat brother Stephen A. Smith. What else we got? What else we
Tell
got?
him about
What
your
else?
friends out here wild in
You want my blood?
2023.
You want my blood, McCray? Take
Nah, man, nah. Shout out to
No,
Micah,
man.
man.
What else
Shout out
we
to
got?
Micah. Hey, Micah. Hey,
Bring me a bulletproof
hey,
vest.
friends.
You gotta bring a bulletproof vest into the players' line.
Now you gotta take it to the locker room when they find out who your friends
you
are.
straight
It's gonna get shunned. They gonna be like, nah, we ain't.
And the same way.
Yeah, y'all wild.
By the way, I saw 77 too. Talked to him.
Yeah,
I was in
good.
the locker room.
You playing this week?
Wouldn't give me anything.
You can't.
Wouldn't give me anything.
He don't know.
So Jerry said you iffy. He's like, yeah, I got to keep him guessing. Well, you play?
Yeah, he ain't say that.
He ain't say that.
Hold on,
I said, you gonna play?
Hold on. Big time hit you with
I knew I
this.
should have told y'all. I should have kept
Wait a
I
second,
should've
man.
told. See, you got
This is serious? Hold on,
He
you know
didn't
what
say that. He said.
I can't tell you guys
gotta
nothing.
keep 'em
man.
guessing.
I can't tell you guys nothing.
Boy, been keeping them guessing for years now, boy.
That's a good one right there,
I
dude.
need a bulletproof vest coming on this show.
I
mean,
that's good
Well,
stuff.
this
That's
shirt,
good stuff, man.
this shirt might as well be red by the time I catch all
He
these.
said that with a straight face, too. You know, 77. Look, yeah, I gotta keep him guessing.
He smiled. He smiled as he walked away. He did smile as he walked away.
Oh, man, hey, man.
BC with a straight face.
You gotta keep him guessing.
He smiled. He was smiling when he did it, man. He was smiling.
All right, man, I'm done, man.
Hey,
He knew what he was doing when he said that, man.
That's so good.
You know, it's so many different avenues. I'm gonna just leave it alone. though. I'm gonna just leave that one alone. Keep us guessing, dog. Keep us guessing. Keep us guessing. 70. All your teammates. Keep everybody guessing.
He better take us all day.
I'm happy to provide laughs for you guys, like an Eddie Murphy movie. Happy to provide you guys all the
Keep 'em
laughs in the
All
world.
right, keep us guessing, dude.
Man, they gonna keep him guessing, man.
All right.
All right, we good. We good now.
Whew, that's the one I needed.
Yeah, my sweating is.
All right, Newey. Where we go with this, man?
I got nothing. I'm bloodied up right
That's all right,
Let's
man.
take our second break. Let's just take
we
our.
just got back.
we got to get 2 breaks in no matter what.
That man
Back on the
said-
Players Lounge with Barry Church, Heckma Harrison.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Make a crucial catch this year and join the boys in the fight against cancer with the 2023 Crucial Catch Collection. Head to a pro shop near you or log on to shop.dallascowboys.com and help save a life today. To find your local screening center, visit crucialcatch.cancer.org.
Thank you, Heckma Harrison, Players Lounge.
Cancer sucks.
Yeah. The players are Barry Church name. McCray, I'm merely trust. Yeah, I did it wrong.
My man.
Hey, my boy snowballing out here, man.
Come back, bro. Come back. You know how
bounce back, man.
It's all good, man.
He got hit like Denzel on training day. Now he don't know how to shake back.
Y'all gonna do this to me? Shoot program.
Come on, you all right, cool.
23 out of lockdown.
We're going to leave you alone.
Dak, as you said, Heckma, said questions about the 49ers are starting to get on his nerves a little bit. Did they understand what to do? And so what do we expect number 4 to do about it?
I expect him to ball out. I expect him to go out there and I don't think he's going to put it on his shoulders. I don't think he's going to do that because that's what happened last year. When they put it on his shoulders, they threw the ball 40 sometimes, and we all saw what happened. All right, it wasn't what the Cowboys needed. So I think he'll have an efficient game. I don't think he'll turn the football over. But overall, I think those red zone struggles, I think they continue. Now, I'm not saying that's all on Dak. We're all on McCarthy. It's a whole, team together. They got to execute. But if he's able to move the ball in between the 20s and be efficient, they got a chance. But to get the W, they're going to have to do something more in the red zone. They can't walk away from every single red zone trip with a field goal. That's just not going to win up there in San Francisco. All right, it'll keep you in the game, but eventually we all know if Kyle Shanahan gets down there, he's going to execute and they're going to get a touchdown. So you're going to have to keep up. So to me, this is going to be a test, like I said, for McCarthy and Dak as well.
Doggone well, Dak can't just go up there and be a bus driver. He's gonna have to
put on his shoulders.
He's gonna look at a certain point. I think we all are looking for him to do that. He had to do. Here's the thing. Here's the deal. In the last playoff game, you needed Dak to make a play. You didn't need him to turn the ball over, but you needed him to make a play. You needed him to make a throw. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. I thought you meant like go out there, 40 passes.
No. I'm not saying. No. I'm not saying play hero ball. I'm saying you're gonna have to make completions. You're gonna have to have those drives, those 8-9 play drives that suck the clock, all those things, and you're gonna have to cash it in with points at the end of the day. You can't just be a part of the game plan where you just handing the ball off, making dinking. It's not gonna happen like that because this 49ers defense is too good. You're going to have to find a hole in this defense somewhere and expose these guys, wherever the hell that is. That's what he's studying right now. And when we start talking about the elite quarterbacks, you see them. Joe Burrow in his young career, he does it. A
couple years ago, yeah.
But it's the AFC Championship.
But I'm saying
you've
seen guys.
Rate, though, when you guys talk about that, what's the conversion rate on the red zone that you say they have to get to?
I mean, when I look at the red zone right now, all it's telling me is that this team is getting close, not scoring. But, boy, once they start cashing in on at least 50% of those, that may be your Arizona. That may be a victory in Arizona. You can't trade field goals. I'm with you on this. You just can't get down there and kick field goals. So let's say if you're 6 times in the red zone, you got to cash in 3 of them.
50%, huh?
You got to go 50.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. If we get down there and our defense plays how we expect them to play, how they played last year in the playoffs, and we can get 2 touchdowns out of 6, and we end the rest of the drives with kicks, I think that we still get the win. I think that's
a dominating performance.
That is. We get down there. We get down in the red zone often. All right, so you get down there 6 times, you score 2 touchdowns, kick field goals on the rest of them. That's not out of the realm of possibility.
And for the people in the back, where's the red zone? Tell them where the red zone.
25 in.
25 in. Okay.
But in the high red, but listen, and then people are taking off that fade route to CD. That's a high red. I'm gonna count that as a red zone play. They throw the fade. That's what we needed them to do based off what happened in the previous game of like, hey, we got to complete those fade routes for touchdowns. Yeah. Nobody's gonna count that as a red zone play, but when I'm looking at it as a defensive coordinator, I'm saying, well, in the red zone, they like to throw the fade route.
Yeah, that's high red. Yeah.
So the conversion rates and the stats and all that are a little different, but if we go out there and we perform that way, we complete those fade routes, we figure out our way to move it down inside the 20, and if we don't get anything, if we don't score a touchdown, we can kick a field goal and let our defense go out there and play. I think the game last year would be different.
Right.
If we can go out there and get those type of points. So if our defense plays the way they're supposed to play, or how Mike McCarthy expects them to play, when we go into the season, Mike McCarthy says, hey, we're going to be a defensive team. Don't go out here against San Francisco and then all of a sudden try to change it because of what happened over the last 2 years, okay? Go out here and stick to your guns, let your defense play, and I think we can win that game.
So the game plans, and you tell me if I'm crazy, the game plans the last 2 times that they've gone up against the 49ers have been fine. The execution has not. With 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, where your offense could not go down the field and get a game. Can you be better this year because you have better receivers and Tony Pollard, who got hurt in that game?
And that hurt.
They had no playmakers after that. It was just CD by himself, and they took that away. So can you, in some ways, just say, guys, we know what to do. We know how to beat them. We just have to execute it. Is it that simple?
Yeah, I think so. Based off the way that you played, the first quarter of the season. Hey, we go out there, we play defense, right? We don't go out there and try to reach and search for plays and try to manufacture offense. Just go out there and stick to our guns, run the ball, play action, and when we get down into the red zone, throw some fades. Hopefully complete them. If you don't, kick field goals. Right. I think if you stick to that recipe, then you have a chance at winning. It doesn't guarantee you a win, but that's your best bet at going out there to get the dub versus an old Kellen Moore type of offense where you go out there and you say, hey, Dak, we're going to throw it 50 times, we're going to run it 20, and we're going to see what happens. And I think that's what will get you in trouble because that throws the whole rhythm of the game. First, you score or you don't score, and all of a sudden you get some quick 3 and outs, and then now your defense is looking at you like, hey, bro, hey, we've been out here with Christian McCaffrey and these dudes, 10 plays on the last drive. We need y'all to go out there and give us a break. Can you manufacture one of those 10-play drives?
He just attacked Lil Bruh, so do you want to go and take that?
No, go ahead. I know.
He said something
Kellen Moore was offensive coordinator the last 2 years.
I know. He said something about Lil Bruh. I want to know if you want to take that.
If we go by what Nui just said, last year's game plan was good, right? It was just the execution. That's exactly what my man did. And the injuries. Yeah. They were running the ball just fine. The game plan was just fine last year when Tony Pollard was striking. Mm-hmm. We still had Zeke back there. Did he produce anything in the run? No, he did not. So I think the game plan was good last year. In my opinion, it was good. They were rolling with it. Dak to Schultz got the first touchdown. They were rolling with it. The injuries happened, and then what happened with execution? We turned the football over. I feel like if they stick with that same type of game plan going into this game, where – we have that slew of running backs, that committee, if you want to call it. Tony Pollard getting his 15 to 18 touches. You throw in a Rico Dowell, Rico Dowell. Then you put in Turpin a couple times here and there. Yeah. I think that can establish a nice running game right there. And it's all going to come down to I hate to say it, but for executing in the passing game. Because we ain't going to sit there and run the ball 60 times. I mean, that's just not going to happen. Ford's going to have to go out there, and he's going to have to execute at a high level against a good defense. So that's what it's going to come down to. We understand what the defense is. The defense is, in my opinion, going to wash each other out. You know, San Francisco is going to play well. Dallas is going to play well. It's going to come down to the quarterback's execution. And right now, Purdy, he hasn't thrown the ball. He hasn't taken, or he hasn't had a turnover in the entire season. And he's playing like we all talked about in the first segment. The guy's playing well as far as accuracy and getting the ball to his playmakers. I think it's going to come down to those two guys to see who wins this game.
I know we keep saying same game plan as last season, and I want to make sure that I'm clear on saying this. Okay. I do believe that San Francisco has gotten better than they were last year. That's so true. Us going out there and doing the same thing
with just
we did
McCaffrey
last season
alone, they've gotten better.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
We can't go out there and do the exact same thing.
That's fact.
Same type of concepts, yes. We got to go out there and we got to execute better, but we also have to bring some new stuff because this is the NFL, and
that's true.
They're going to be looking at tape and saying this is how you stop the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, they struggle in the red zone. Hell, they might let you drive all the way to the 25.
Bend but don't break.
and bend but don't break. Like, you never know what type of game plan they're going to come with. So
that's true.
Don't come with the same game plan. You have to come with more physicality than you came with the last two seasons.
That's a big one.
If I'm hearing this right, basically what y'all saying is points are going to be at a premium. And it's not going to be boat race by a long shot. If you look up and this is a 17-10, then it sounds about right as far as a defensive struggle. It's going to be a defensive game.
In my opinion,
that's why you got to play this game clean. That's why whoever turned the ball over may lose this game. Yeah. That may be the situation. That's why taking care of the ball is so important, and that's why things like running the ball is so important. It's equally as important for the Dallas Cowboys because they have this San Francisco defense. If they make you one-dimensional, you're done. If there's no balance, and that's why Mike has to hurry up and find his balance in the running game and the passing game immediately, and he can't deviate from it. Mm-hmm. Because it doesn't matter if you're up, you're down, you have to stick to the game plan. And it's going to come down to, like I said, Dak is going to have to make a play. He needed to make a play on the play that he missed CeeDee Lamb in the playoff game where he's wide open, or my other guy that
Gallup was down there, yeah.
You know, the receivers that we have, guys like, they have to show up. This can't be – CeeDee Lamb can't be a one-trick pony in this game. Michael Gallup can't be as well. Brandon Cooks, if we brought him in specifically for this game, then we're going to have to see why we bought him.
The way you just – because listen, what's the over-under for the game?
3.5.
No, over-under for points.
Oh, I don't know.
Because I respect the defenses and all that. I think the defenses are going to have to step up and make plays when they count. I don't see this being a 17-10 game.
See, for some points,
I'm seeing some around the 31 to 28, something like that, because we've seen people put up points on San Francisco.
True.
Right?
True indeed.
Arizona just did.
And people put up
45 points, and the 49ers
I'm going over that.
4-point favorite.
I would go over 45. Because usually when you get these type of games, either it's one of those 10-9 games, or none of them show up, like the Super Bowl, right? If Philly got this crazy defense,
and they got
and then all of a sudden
it's a barn burner out there.
They go out there and they play that way. I think it's going to be a higher scoring game than it has been the last two. Oh, that's your pick? 17?
No. I'm saying that's what you're saying. It's going to – again, I just feel like points are going – because of the defenses. And I look at both of these defenses on paper, and they nullify each other. If you play the game like, would you rather have Purdy or would you have Dak? Then just go position by position. It only gets crazy when you get to the defense, because when you start looking at Micah, Bosa, they X each other out. Eric Armstead, all these guys, it's in the secondary that you start looking around and going, wow, man, they got a really good secondary. You may not be accounting for them. And then, by the way, they're receiving Brandon Ayuk he is balling this year next to Deebo Samuels. And so, I know Deebo is the name. Everybody talks about him. But, man, you got to pay attention to Brandon Ayuk. And he's plagued us in these games.
Yes.
You over under that. Over under was it 44?
45, I think.
45?
I'd probably go over.
Church?
I'm going under on that.
You going under?
Yeah, I'm going under.
And you going under?
Yeah.
I'm with you, dog. I'm with you.
I'm going under on that one.
Put your bulletproof vest on, bro. I'm sorry. We got you. We're going to take care of you, dog. We wash your shirt for you.
So you got it under, and you got the Niners winning, right?
I'll see you on Friday. We'll see on Friday.
It's okay.
But if it's over, if it's over that point spread, Cowboys going to be in trouble. If the defense is leaking like that,
yeah, we got problems.
That's
I said that there will come a game where things don't happen as we had hoped they happen. and 4 in the offense with the weapons that they've brought in. A healthy Michael Gallup, Brandon Cooks, CeeDee Lamb, Tony Pollard, all these weapons. They're going to have to go out there and they're going to have to make a play. What the defense is going to do is make that critical stop before halftime or before the end of the game to give you an opportunity to go out there and win the game. And I think you're going to see that this Sunday night.
Go back to your.
You must
have
hit
kicked
the
you.
Yeah, there you go. You hit the mute. It's underneath the little button right there. It might be.
That was cool.
It says like red.
Okay, you got me. I'm sorry about that. On the defense you played in Jacksonville, you guys got in the barn burning once, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that the divisional round against Pittsburgh, it was like 44 to 42 or something like that. But we was up 44 to 17, and so we start playing prevent, and then next thing you know, it's the fourth quarter. We're like, hold up, it's 44-31. Like, wait a second. Like,
and I bring that up to just simply say that's not crazy. These things can happen. That Super Bowl game between Philadelphia and Kansas City.
That was there.
Philly was favored. The people, they got the defense, Guess what, man? Next thing you know. Pow!
Yeah, that's true.
These things can happen.
Yeah.
These things can happen. I just think it's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think it's going to happen.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think Dak is going to have an opportunity. Does he capitalize on it or not? I'm not sure, but I think he's going to get the opportunity to go out there and still show.
And I hope he pissed off. I hope Dak pissed off. I hope he's sick of everybody, man. Like, go out and do something about it.
He been sick of himself.
Well, hey, that too. And then everybody saying that, you're this turnover-prone quarterback when your whole career has been built on you not turning the ball over. Like, people disrespect people that they know they can disrespect. And Dak has been the most disrespected quarterback in the NFL. They don't give Jones, Mac Jones, whoever Jones, the kind of disrespect that they give Dak. And this is his opportunity to show them. I'm telling you, man, I'm from Oak Cliff. And let's see then.
Rodney Harrison came out here and called this man Zach Wilson straight garbage. Talking about he don't get to say this.
So you mean to tell me Shady standing up and saying Dak straight ass ain't the equivalent?
Okay, so I'm not sitting around here
even a credible source
taking
from
Shady. Thank you.
No. Y'all can't pick y'all spots on who said what when. He's an ex-player. He made a statement. He said it about a quarterback. So it's relative, bro. Hold on now.
Hold on. At the end of the day, I don't value.
Then that's okay. We're not talking about Shady.
I don't value that show. I just don't. And I chose my friend, but I don't. value what they're saying.
So Stephen A. So for every Stephen A., for every Bart Scott, for every Shady, for everybody on all of these media publications that have said things about Dak and hadn't put a light on these other quarterbacks, let's not act like this Dak, like they spread this hate indiscriminate. They aim at Dak.
At the end of the day, Dak Prescott is the one who went to training camp last year and talked about that whole San Francisco debacle and said, we want to get back to that. We want to get back to the playoffs. We want to rectify it. 3 minutes to go. You're back there against the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah. Now you're on the road. He didn't get it done. And he was a part of the reason and a major part of the reason. Okay. So what he is 8%. Getting today and people talking about it, that's legitimate. Yeah. He's got to answer it because why are you sick of something that you talked about you was going to go fix? You didn't fix it.
Yeah, do something about it. I'm on that. I'm on that train. I'm on that do something about it train.
Like, you mad? But nah, bro, you said I'm gonna do something and you didn't do it.
Okay.
So it's legitimate.
Fair enough.
It's this is legit. Now to the levels of what people are saying. Yeah, you can have your own debates and sit up here like Shady gonna call a man. I'm not taking that serious. But ultimately, for you to say we can't wait to get back here, we're gonna do something. 3 minutes to go, you don't do it.
No, I agree.
And I've been a person who's defended Dak all day long. Yeah. But after that game, I couldn't defend it. Yeah. This was what you said you wanted. You got it. You lost.
Fair exchange ain't no robbery. So if he show up and he ball out, I just want to have that same energy. Just come with that same energy. I'm not pointing at you. Oh, I'm not pointing at you. I just looked at you, dog.
That's like he's like, I didn't point at you. I didn't point at you.
With the Razor Ramon on it.
Come on, dog.
Come with that same energy.
That's all. I'm like, what?
Talking about you, dog.
Okay, nah. But you was like accidentally pointing at me.
Just happened like
That's
that.
how we know Chuck's not gonna come back here and say that.
What gives y'all like so much confidence that this offense is about to throw up 31 on San Francisco?
I just have confidence in this offense. I have confidence in what Mike McCarthy has done. I have confidence in his defense. And so far, even this red zone problem, it's a problem, but it's a good problem to have because if you fix it, man, it's going to put you in a whole nother stratosphere as far as points in the league.
And I also think that we are getting better. We saw the warts that we had against Arizona. Like I said, we came out and we said, hey, man, we want you to be able to throw the ball the right way on the fade route. We want to see you take some shots down the field. We want to see Michael Gallup get involved, all that. And then you come in the next game, and we actually did it.
Yeah, they did
right?
that,
They started doing that, and then I watched the game with San Francisco and Arizona, and they're not like world beat. Like people can score on them, and I feel like if we continue to get better, I would still sit here and say that our offense is better or has more potential than the Arizona Cardinals. So we should be able to watch that film and say, hey, this is where we can, make some stuff happen. Especially if our defense don't come out and get those type of turnovers. Mike McCarthy's going to have to open up the playbook. And he's been in the lab. Okay, and I'm more sugar in the Kool-Aid.
Stir that thing.
Yeah, more sugar in the Kool-Aid.
Interesting.
What make y'all think?
So you saying if our defense don't show up, you believe that we at that point we getting blown out?
We have no proof that this is what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't have no proof.
Time consistency.
I don't have any proof.
That's going to happen. That's why I'm like, you talking about fixing the problems. We went the what was that? Red zone issues. We're horrible. When we come over to the Patriots, I mean, what was it? 2 or 5?
I count the CD Lamb.
You count? Okay.
I'm counting it. I know the stats ain't gonna count it. When you down there on a 2-minute drill, whatever, you calling a red zone defense in that situation. Your defensive coordinator's calling a red zone defense. It don't count that way, but I'm looking at it as saying they threw fade routes the week before, couldn't complete them. They counted it as not being able to execute in the red zone. They came back the next week and said we're gonna throw these fade routes in the red area, and we're gonna score.
D-Mac, they ain't gonna let us cook the book stop.
That is our show. Thank you, Barry Church. Thank you, Harrison. Thank you.
That's our sign right now.
Brought to you by Tostitos. We'll chat with you tomorrow right here on DallasCowboys.com.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!